welcome to episode 3 of Prison to the Street, the podcast. I want to apologize like Ray J did because I was late today. And I've kind of had you guys waiting, so I hope it means something to you that I've apologized on air. And if it doesn't mean nothing, Guy, you can edit it out later since they don't want to take the apology. But jokes aside, we just finished that prison just now. Did a talk with some young people, and that kind of shifted the whole pattern of the day. But at the same time, it's a reminder for why we're doing the works, for what we're doing. I thought that talk was on Thursday. It happened to be today. It was a very good talk, which has kind of led me on to where we are now. Prison to the Street, the podcast. We are on episode... Sorry, could you help me out here? We are on episode 3. And by now, if everyone's been reading the book, you should have been going through the chapters. The grass isn't always green on the other side. Life between D&K and Holly Street. Hackney versus Tottenham, not our business. Brotherly love and temper. Today I am with my brother Fowler and my sister Shalene, and we went to London Fields School together. So before I introduce them properly as well, you right there, mate? Yeah. Before I introduce them properly as well, what I want to do is explain what this part of the episode's about. We're still looking at the innocent child before the prisoner, which is explaining the innocence of a child, basically, before he becomes a prison to the street. We are also going to be looking at, before I lose my track of thought, when I first moved to Holly Street from Seven Sisters, so this is a transition. Today I was in the prison and I explained to a lot of the young prisoners, and they all agreed that moving a state and moving school can sometimes be an intimidating feeling. And as a child, the best way that I could relate it was prison and changing school was like prison. So from when you go from one prison ship to and you go to another prison, and it depended on your character and your mindset. So basically I felt like moving from Tiverton to London Fields, I had a lot more to prove again. I had to prove I was good at football. I had to prove
could fight.
Defend myself, I wanted to say, if someone came at me. What else? Primary school. I had to prove... No, we looked poor anyway, we were all poor. But I'm saying that you had to try and look a decent way type of thing. Even though it didn't matter that much in primary school, your self-appearance was more secondary school. Yeah. So, guys, I'm just going to introduce them now. Fowler, Shalene, my brother and sister from London Fields Primary School, and I left Tiverton. And we became basically one family. But my first question to these guys, who you probably read the chapter already about, how did you see yourselves as children in primary school? Would you say we were troublemakers? Would you say we were innocent children? Any of you first?
I would say I thought we was quite innocent kids. Like, I just used to run around the playground laughing. You guys were football as far as I remember.
Yeah.
Both of you were just footballers. I didn't ever really see you guys fighting or falling out with people, to be fair. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
When we went to school together, I didn't see that at all. I thought we was innocent.
Up until what point did you think we was innocent? Without getting into the stories of what comes later, but what age, I'll say?
I think maybe year 5 is a turning point, and then year 6 is apparent, or getting apparent.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I think looking back on it, I thought we were innocent. You look back on it, just dumb little stuff like... See, when you're at home, no swear words coming out your mouth. Like, as soon as you get on that playground,
that's true.
So we were on some kind of smoke back then. We were on, and there was little beef that, like you say, we were playing football. But if man don't give you the pass or someone tackles you wrong, it's something's got to go down. Like, so we were on. Naturally, in our environment, that's what we were about, innit? Like,
what's that guy's name? Eric Cantona. I think when we were younger, and when I was in London Fields Primary School, I'm connecting memories to time. So for me, I always remember a school I was in or something I was in by either football or music or something. But when I was in London Fields, Eric Cantona fly kicked the guy in the audience. And as a child, it inspired me in a crazy way. No, not in that, in the sense of don't take it from nobody.
Oh, okay.
Not like, I still loved him as a footballer, but don't take that racist stuff. Because he called his mama French, or whatever he called him, and he was like, nah, I've got my studs on, cool. Anyway, long story short, because I'm digressing a bit. What I'm saying is that in primary school, it was all about football for me. But I'm going to flip the script a bit because I don't know if you know, because I haven't really spoken. I think we've probably spoken about this. Would you believe me if I told you man used to bunk in primary school?
No.
No?
No.
Cool.
I remember seeing you there.
Okay.
You was there.
Okay. Well, do you remember me saying to you man used to bunk in primary school?
I'm trying to think how you could do that.
Yeah, I don't understand how
primary
that was
school is
possible.
kind of, it's locked down, bro. How you getting
and
out,
Mr.
bro?
Closier weren't a joker.
He went,
All right. In this book, for those who read it, and I had to remind myself, there's a chapter talking about London Fields, and I explained that basically, long story short, we bunked. And I don't want to say too much names.
I can't remember.
A brother beginning with, and he had a brother with the same name.
You already know what you're talking about.
Okay, could you see them two bunking?
Oh, right, 100%.
Then why couldn't you see me bunking? Hold on a minute.
No.
You can see them two bunking, but not
I
me
don't
bunking.
understand. Did
Bro, I
you
think
come in
he
for
was-
registration or something? Like what?
Good question.
Because I feel like I saw you.
I don't remember. If I'm honest with you, what I do remember is starting this school thinking to myself, who bunks?
Bro,
I was bunking at the time. No, I'm not like wanting to bunk. Like, I got drawn into bunking. Don't ask me how.
What by
my brother.
bro, them man, they were smoking cigarettes at them in school time.
So this is what
you could see
I'm
anything they
saying to
say.
you.
They were smoking
I
fast.
saw on the bunking them pick up butts from the floor and smoke cigarettes in front of me. Now I'm year 5. I just joined you year 5. I'm trying to act like I've seen this before. I didn't say why are you smoking. I just looked at them like, Ralph, for one we're bunking and for two you're smoking cigarette.
Yeah.
From the floor.
from the floor?
This is year 5.
Yeah.
So, but again,
Was you smoking cigarettes with them?
I've never smoked a cigarette as an adult. What I'm saying is that I've learned from their experience when I went to their house. That's why I say the innocence before the child. I'm not even using me as because this book's all about, not about Robyn, it's about blueprint, it's about case study. Using other people's examples, because I know you lot got your stories, just that you lot didn't write a book. Everyone's got a story. When I went to their house, I realised why they were smoking cigarettes. That's all I'm going to say about sharing stories of people.
Yeah.
So when we say the innocence before the child, I'm saying whatever they were going to become later on in life, when we bunked, I was outside their house, and I understand why they bunked. I understand why they... Did both of them go to prison later on? I know one of them did.
Yeah, they both did.
I
understand why the paths led to where that they led to. So when I say innocence before the prisoner, what I want to get people to not just understand the context of the book is that we have to devise this prevention scheme when we see children as young as year 5 going left.
Well, I think I got shipped out to my nan straight away. When that started happening, my mum was like, no, you're going to stay at your nan's, like, to rein me in. To my nan's. So, boy.
But I don't think them lot even had that. They didn't have that option for
they didn't have that option.
But yeah, you definitely have to see it.
Well, you know,
that's
my
a good
mum
move.
took me to the church, the Kingdom Hall. I weren't allowed to be involved with any street politics at that age. I had a certain time to be home, all them things.
Yeah.
I suppose what I'm saying here is this age is the innocent stage, and myself, it was very innocent. Now, if I shared with you guys that I got bullied, would you believe me?
I only believe it because we've spoken.
What, in our school?
Yeah.
By who?
See?
But that did
There's
always
only 1 year
baffle
above
me.
us.
Who could?
Not when I say bully, maybe bully's not the right term.
Peer pressure.
I got followed home from school one time.
What?
Yeah, when I first started. Can't remember who, but they were throwing stones. They might have been here above throwing stones at me, Holly Street.
Really?
Yeah, and I stood there, thought there's 3 of them, and I'm gonna have to fight all 3 of them. And I remember thinking to myself, I just started this new school, i.e. just been shipped to a new prison. And I'm gonna have to smack someone's heart out. Because prior to this prison, if you look, the last episode, if you watch it, you see that I was bullied in the first estate, and a guy told me I have to defend myself, and he apologized for for encouraging me to fight back bullies, basically. What I'm saying, what I've learned from that angle, not just for myself, for others, is that sometimes you behave a certain way at a young age because your understanding of violence is that the only way we can stop this from coming is if you go at it.
Fight fire with fire.
So then I started throwing stones back. I went home that day, so early in London Fields Primary School, and I said to my mum, I'm not going to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? I don't like it there. Okay. Didn't say I got bullied. Why would I not say I got bullied? Do you think?
Well, was you scared? You didn't want to...
All right, let me rephrase the question. What do Caribbean parents do when you go and tell your mum someone's troubling?
You have to fight.
So
you have to defend yourself.
Exactly. And I'm not telling nobody.
You have to defend yourself.
Is that the same thing? So then where we come from, we're taught to use violence to fix violence or troublemakers.
I used to get asked, if I had a fight, did you win? That's the first question. Did you win?
See, I didn't though.
Boy.
My mum was disappointed if I had a fight. She was like, you shouldn't be doing that.
But there's that.
Maybe because I'm a girl child. Yeah.
There's that, but the main question is did you win? Like, I'll try to put it in there, but that's what it boils down to. Like,
they do. They
what was it about?
If I've lost, then she's coming down to the school. And someone, there's a rematch involved or something, like something else has got to go down. So
that sounds like Terence Crawford's mum, because she used to make him fight Little Bud. And the reality of it is, though, look what that's teaching us, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're being taught that violence is what fixes violence from a young age. Potentially. We are being taught as well to not let anybody bully or take advantage of you. Yeah. But I'm saying through years of practice, that's obviously not working in the way that it's intended to work, what it was set out for it to do. So I'm not knocking it, I get it. I'm not judging none of our parents for telling us that. So I never told no one, is what I'm saying. I went back to the primary school. I think my brother took me one day. My mum said, take your brother, I think he's getting bullied, someone's troubling him. I was like, nope, no one ain't troubling him. I went back to school. I think I had a fight with a few of the lads. Well, I don't want to say no names, but one of our mates, I think we had a little tear up.
Yeah, but you got
I'm saying to you, I've had a tear up with a few, but I'm mates with everybody. Yeah. So although I still come from school with him as well, so it's like, it doesn't matter. I used to fight everybody basically, but not in London Fields, in Tiverton. Now, London Fields, I had to defend myself to prove to myself that I wasn't a victim. But then it continued for the rest of my life, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a pattern here that, for me, it started off from being young, and then I only realised the levels went up when I changed school. So where some people only went to one primary school, they know, everybody knows who you get. By year 5, year 6, everyone's cool. When I came, you lot was all one set. You lot, Sean, Dwight, Gary, everyone, I'm the new kid. I remember when the Asian boy ran up his mat to me one time. I was shocked. I never heard an Indian boy run his mat to me before. And I'm going to be honest about it, because
he was a new kid himself.
Oh, was it?
He see you newer than him, and he thought, right, he's on
now.
you now, bro.
I'm in there.
I'm telling you, he clocked that early because he was getting. The man's still sitting
No, I've got Josh and love for everybody. But what I'm saying is, the reality of it is the pressure that children are feeling. Yeah. That, forget personal shit. Like the pressure that a child is feeling. That's why I say innocence before the prisoner. Because later on, our minds are either gonna come to a place where this is how we deal with confrontation all the time, or there's got to be another way out. Is what I'm saying to you. So that's the innocent before the prisoner. But I just wanted to ask you if there's any good memories that you had of primary school, just randomly, because it came to me. Any stories you want to share?
All my memories of primary school. I think we had good times. Maybe because I'm a woman though, I didn't see it the way you lot saw it.
No, I love primary school. I love primary school. I'm not saying, for me, sorry to even say that, I don't want to get this twisted. Like, primary school was fun. Life was fun.
It was fun,
Living in Holly Street was great, but there was a lot of at the same time, excuse my French.
Yeah.
So if anyone said to me today, I read your book, you lot had a hard upbringing. What? You kids of today ain't even played concerts.
Soft.
You lot haven't even
marbles.
done anything pogs to schools. Whatever it is. You lot ain't done nothing that doesn't have a device attached to it.
Yeah.
So for me, what I'm saying to you, my childhood was fantastic. I could have written a book off of funny memories I had as a child if I wanted to. But I'm saying to you, those negative things kind of, like I said, it's the innocence before the prisoner. So I'm saying it kind of took away man's innocence. He wasn't allowed to be a child again. He wasn't allowed to be, you had to always get ready.
Yeah.
So it's an undertone. So you might not feel, but I'm saying to you, it was always there. Yeah. Always there.
It's true.
And that's just the way I felt. I don't know if you felt the same way as a young boy growing up. I always felt like there was always going to be a time when man was going to be tested.
100%.
It's true.
There's one white boy that was a year above us, and he still lives in Fields now.
Yeah,
with Pete.
Okay, I think I need to. Yeah.
He always used to try and test me.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Oh my God, this guy, bro. Until one day, I had to lean on him, bro. And it didn't even get to a full-on fight, but just the way I reacted to him, because he used to cuss, man. And back then, mine weren't really quick with the dumps back, yeah? So I used to get frustrated, innit? Then one day, I just lashed out. Yeah. And he's like, bro, man's only joking. So after that, it's just been blessed. And even to this day, sometimes he remembers that. And when I'm cutting through on Grand Union, he brings it up. So I could have easily got into that whole being a bullying victim, bro. But I just think the way my temper's set up, I'll allow it, then
I want to say something to you. I've probably said to you before, but I'm going to say it because we're filming. And it's to be commended. We commend Road, man. Fowler's from Fields. I ain't never heard Fowler get caught up in the shit we got caught up in.
Nope.
Yeah, that's true.
Nope.
That's true, though.
100%.
100%.
But that's
so
again.
I don't give a shit. What you want to say? Brother, listen, I'm going to say this now. No one can't tell me nothing in terms of the opportunities were better for you than they were for us. It's exactly
they were the same.
Exactly the same. Yeah. What did you do different, is what I want to ask you, that didn't allow you to become, I'm not saying you didn't become a prisoner to the street, because there was a part where you spoken, but to the part where we got. Because you were smart. I don't know what you did to not get caught up in that. In fact, by rights, me and you shouldn't be friends, because I'm Holly Street, you're Fields.
Yeah, for real.
Because I was beefing other guys from London Fields Primary School, getting stuck by friends in that primary school. How comes me and you maintain a friendship, bro?
Because we used to bust jokes from the first day. I used
to bust jokes with the guys.
Yeah, true. True. I don't know then.
You wasn't a prisoner to the street.
You weren't a part of it, yeah.
But like I said, that's probably what boils down to me getting shipped out by my mum.
That was a good move.
That was a good move.
Big up mummy as well, yeah, mum.
I got shipped out, but then I got sent to like Leighton, and it was all mad over there anyway. But I just think it was like me not living in the environment and then going to school there. I had a break from it, innit? So when I come back now, I could just be cool with them on a not road level. So come you kick ball, come you did. So that's what they knew me for, not fighting, not being involved in all the madness. Like, I'm cool with them. I can roll through fields and no one's gonna trouble me because they know me for positive things instead of the whole madness. Like, that's why when we had our break, you was probably going through it with them, but then when I come back to you, it's like, you're not involved with them. So we can still be cool, innit?
Yeah, because I'm going to bring this up because a lot of people don't know, and it's just come to me as you're talking. But I want to ask you a question before I bring that up, because this is all off the top of the customer. You said you remembered me for something in primary school, and I took it to offense the other day. Because what you're saying is, my mum had a lot of soap powder and electricity. I'm going to wash my clothes, innit? And I just want to hear you say what you said to me the other day, because I find it interesting.
All right, all I said is that I remember you because you wore the one Arsenal top every day, 5 days a week. Like, I'm sure if I saw you on the weekend, you still had it on. I'm sure, Robyn, I'm sorry, it's true.
Wow,
but you didn't smell, so your mum did have electricity and soap powder. It was
big
good.
Up, mommy, of course, man.
That's
but the point I'm making here, again, I had to hear her say that out loud because I find it hilarious. It shows how not interested in the street man was. There was Ian Wright on the back of my top. The numbers were peeling off.
Yeah, all of that.
It didn't even say right no more. It said aight. It said aight. You know what I mean? And I'm like, but I'm still wearing it every day. Why?
Yeah, it's true.
My focus as an innocent child is football.
Yeah.
I'm not in the streets. I don't care about the streets. I'm saying every child had a dream before they became a prison to the street.
Yeah.
The streets is like a second option. And people are not honest, and that's why I don't like enough man in the hood. They glamorize the street, they don't read about their experiences. They sell it and they're not honest about it. And most of them ain't real out here when we was on the street, but that's another story. The point I'm gonna make is that we are prisoners. We didn't choose this. If you asked me in year 9 or year 8 when I got kicked out of school as I got older, what would I want to be, a footballer or a roadman? And nobody else is in the room with me. What do you think my answer is going to be?
Well, clearly a footballer. Clearly.
In fact, there could be man them in the room.
Yeah.
My own brethren who look at the roads as a good place could be in the room, I'm still going to say I want to be a footballer. And then after that, what am I going to be? So today I was in the Felton prison. I said to the youths, then what do you want to be? And I'm expecting the answers, rappers, footballer. I said, I'm not going home without you lot writing an A to Z plan. They're like, what? I said, well, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I said, you lot is all focusing on A, being a rapper. So what happens after that? What happens when those things don't go to plan? So A to Z plan is what I'm saying to you. I'm saying to you what we did as children. Lots of children do it. They have their mindset on one goal.
Yeah.
Football, whatever it is. And when that dream dies, you didn't think about aspirations of anything else because you're not good. You don't think you're academically good. So for me, when football died, the streets won. And I'm saying it's important to acknowledge that, not because of Robyn's life and Robyn's story. This is a case study, which the whole happening and the whole ends, I don't think a lot of people did get. So you now look at other young children and you have to decipher where are they losing their aspiration? Where is their esteem low? What is getting them attracted to the streets? Because they might have family members who are street. And how can you now discredit the street so they're not rating something that we don't? You get what I'm saying to you? And flip it all on his head. And that's what I'm saying that Prison to the Street was about. But I just wanted to mention that. Then I wanted to ask you something as well. Because when I come out of prison the last time, I don't want to talk too much with people who haven't read the rest of it. I walked onto the football pitch with you. Do you remember a conversation we had before we went to Haggerston football pitch?
I swear I asked you, were you cool to come through with me?
I think you told me to come football, and I said, where are you going? And then you said Haggerston.
And I think I asked you, I'm going to be playing with the Phils, and are you cool to play or something?
And what did I say?
Yeah.
And then what did I decide after doing?
Okay, I'm coming, them man can't say nothing to me.
Now, it was a bit deeper than that. That's the ego talking. That's me just like, okay, I'm watching them, man.
Yeah.
However, outside of that, what I did that day for me, as a happy individual, I went to that pitch that day, and knowing that there's been bodies between us. It's not like this man has stabbed me. I owe someone a killing for the stabbing. I walked onto that pitch. What team am I on?
What team are you on?
What team am I on? Everyone's got teams, everyone's picking teams. What team am I on? Now, why did I do that? You could sort of say that's a gangster attitude, or you could say, and not every single one of them was there. I'm not even gonna, everyone was there. Rappers alike, roadman alike. It was a, if you want to kill me, then do it.
I'm just thinking, Rob, man. The energy he comes with is like, accept this. This is what I'm coming with, innit? Like, I'm saying, I'm coming to kickball. What team? You can't deny me. I'm coming to kickballs. Like, what team am I on? Like,
but let me not digress again. I've walked onto that pitch. Yeah? Played football with my brother from kids, and you know the thought that went in my head? Not that these are my enemies. This is good. This feels right. I looked in the sky, you know his head I saw. Because I played with you on that same pitch from our primary school. So forget Holly Street Fields crap. He was my friend from our primary school. R.I.P. In case people don't know, rest in peace, brother.
100.
And amazing footballer as well, amazing techers. I just had to put that out there. I actually visualised all of us playing football on the pitch that day. And it was a crazy vision. I saw Holly Street, I saw Fields, I saw Tottenham, I saw what if we was all here? Just do doing the thing that we did as kids, innocently. Play football.
It's weird as well, because at that point, nothing had died down. Well, it could still pop off in it between the ends. So for you to be there at that time as well, that was risk. That was a risk.
And the point why I'm saying that is because I'm showing you, look, I'm not scared of you. I ain't backing down to you. There's 1,000 of you, but I'm gonna still play football. I'm gonna still do what I do, because guess what? It's not about you, lot.
No.
If I break the mold, guess what happens after I come here and play football?
Next man will be able
Do you see my level of thinking?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you understand my level of thinking?
Yeah, that really makes sense.
I just come out of jail from a mad place, time prison, and I learned something in that place. If I don't want to be like those prisoners, don't behave like them. Be totally opposite in the same said environment.
100%.
So I came back and did that. And I got to thank you for inviting me, because if you didn't invite me to go and play football there, I would probably still have this ops mindset. Do you feel what I'm saying to you?
100%.
I wouldn't have been able to take the opportunity to challenge my own ignorance. For me, I'm so thankful for you guys coming down, especially because nothing's worse in life than feeling like you're a boxer and there's no one in your corner telling you what to do, what punches to throw, that you're right, that you're wrong, whatever it is. You lot have come down here today, and I needed you lot to come down here for a few reasons. For one of the reasons, to let people know that we grew up together. London Fields for me was not an ops area. In fact, I'm going to say something even deeper because it just hit me in my face. Fucking hell. Do you lot remember the handprints?
Yeah, they're still up on the thing there now.
I always look at them.
Of course.
We are the tree, it's home. It's home, I always say that.
There is a picture on front of London Fields Primary School. When I first started to write the book with the guy who stabbed me, I went back to all the places I'd been to get memory, like flashbacks. I went back to the school and I realised the handprints, that was all done
made
by
that clay, innit?
all that clay, 90 whatever, it's our year group. Yeah? And I remember doing that in the class. The same hand that's on there could have been killed by another hand that was on there from the person who stabbed me in the stomach. This is not by accident. The work I do is not by chance. I need people to understand something. It's not us versus you. It's not good or right or wrong. There's no right and wrongs here. We've all fucked up. Fields ain't any better than Holly Street. Holly Street ain't better than Fields, and it goes for any area that's impossible. We've all fucked up. So unfortunately, I've lost 2 friends in that murder, and the whole point I'm trying to make is we were all innocent children first, and that's what this show's about. And let's try to affect the innocent people. So 2 more questions. First one is, how did you feel when you heard I wrote a book, or both of you?
I was excited. I was intrigued.
Did you believe it was possible?
Oh, I absolutely believed it was possible. Absolutely.
A lot of people around me.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I grew up, but then I say that, yeah, loved it.
100%. I was really happy for you. I felt like, okay, you are coming out the hood now. Like, I saw you was doing something different. And actually, it inspired me to get to where I am today, to be quite honest.
No way.
Because I read the book and I thought, no, man, we need to do better. This is not nice. There was even some things I thought you just don't realise your friends are even going through, boy. When I read that book, I was thinking, when was this going on, Robyn? So, yeah, I was really happy, and I was really happy that I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was probably a lot of healing going on writing this book, because there's a lot in there. There's a lot of your heart in there.
Yeah, I suppose you can feel it even when I'm talking. I'm not that much attached to this conversation anymore, but because the work hasn't got the platform that it deserves, it's like I'm in Groundhog Day. So people might watch this and think, "Right, my man's still talking about the streets." I've been thinking the same thing, but we haven't got it where it needs to be for me to be able to fall back. Yeah, it's not in the schools where it should be.
That's kind of my frustration as well. Like, fucking, I think. See, when you did the first unveiling at Hackney Empire, and I see that sold out, I said, yes, it's gonna go clear from here.
That's what I
it's
thought.
It's gonna take a mind of its own, like, and it's just
gonna run.
It's gonna run, and I'm thinking down the line, and this just shows your hard work and dedication, that you're still plugging, promoting, doing all the legwork for it. That's a frustration for me, that you're having to do that, knowing how powerful it is, knowing all the different avenues, all the different people it's touching, all the people's lives it's changing, but you're still having to do all of this. It should just be...
It should be natural now.
Yeah. So, back to the question when you first asked me, I think there was like gaps of us being in contact, massive gaps. I think one of the times I see you was in Palace Pavilion, and you drew me into the toilet, and what did you show me?
The strap.
Did I think, yeah, bro.
Oh my God, I was just saying it randomly. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so same Robyn's on the mad thing.
How old was he? Because Palace closed about 17, 16.
I
don't think they went past the age of 18.
I think we were about 18, 19. And then a couple years later, I'm calling you asking, can you get me? And you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had my own...
Yeah, I remember now.
And then the next time after that, he's telling me about a book. I was like, raw. Okay then. So we were doing our own madness for a good few years. And then the next time I'm hearing from you is a book, I was relieved anyway. I was thinking, this could... If you carry on down the path that you were on, who knows what's going to happen with Robyn. And probably by the time you told me that, I would already thought rotating is completely long, even little trapping, all that is long. I'm just going to do... So my head was already in that place. So to hear you then come to me and say, I'm going to do this, I was like, yes, that is exactly what it needs.
Yeah, good time. Definitely.
So, but again, frustration, bro.
How did you feel when it first came out?
He just more or less said it, though, innit? He was kind of shocked. I think what he's saying is because we was both going left. Sometimes you look like you're not going to come back again. Like, it looks so bleak. So even when I'm talking to young children now, it's why people say, they give up on the youth, it's long. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I don't even remember showing him the gun in the thing you lot's talking about. So man was lost, is what I'm saying. I had a girl in Holly Street say to me, I was linking her, 16, and uncle drove past. I don't remember this. And I got to do the action she showed me. She said, uncle drove past and said, look, come, time to go in. And I'm outside my house and I've got, what?
Lifted up there.
You did that to the uncle?
Man, I'm doing that.
Wow.
Because I had respect. I thought I had respect of manners. So I'm like, that's disrespectful.
Is that what you did?
No, I'm saying it's so disrespectful. I don't even remember doing it.
Wow, yeah.
So when they say that we're lost, we're lost. And again, I'm not going to lie, because imagine if Winston stabbed me when he was younger. So forget, the people talk about trauma. You stabbed me knowing that we were friends in primary school. It affected me when my youth stabbed me. The way I can sit here with you look like it's nothing, I could sit with a lot of them before the stabbing, like it was nothing. So you're not enemies to me. I know your mum. I know where you live. What are you talking about? Well, now I know where people live.
Yeah, I think it's down to...
It's hard to fit. It's hard to explain this story. I'm saying that it came from close to home.
Yeah.
And the closer it was to home, the more, and I thank God for putting me in all these different areas, it allowed me to see how stupid it is. You
didn't even think you was going to write a book when you was wearing Arsenal shirts that would tear up. You understand? So, you've come far, bro. You've come far.
Still got my Arsenal shirt, though. Come on. Not that same one, but I got my Arsenal shirt, yeah.
But it's come far, man. So just take it for what it is. I know you are grateful, but be more grateful every day. Right. And those who need the message will get it. They will get it. Like maybe there's some places you're just not supposed to be right now. Do you know what I mean?
Again,
she could have a point.
No, she's got a massive point.
Yeah, I just think not everyone's brave. Like, there are a lot of consequences that come with, like, even just what you're doing, speaking out. Some people are not going to like it. And some people just can't handle that. Like,
also, some people enjoy what they're doing, Yeah, some people enjoy being in that mentality.
They do.
That's one thing I know, and I got to remind myself that.
Yeah, exactly. Some people belong to these streets.
As long as they're getting their money, they don't care about who they're affecting and all that. And this might even be a threat to them doing it. So as soon as you start to...
Okay, your teeth, them little boy there, they're not got no one to get no food.
You know, like that.
You understand?
And then as soon as they start to co-sign this, you've just you've just made them look like frauds.
Yes.
You ruined their life.
Yes.
Exactly that.
That is an amazing point. For real.
No, you don't want to carry the strap no more.
Yeah.
Because Robyn said it's not.
Yeah.
That is the blueprint, you know.
Yes.
That is the blueprint.
Exactly.
Because you just laid it out and said,
Take it or leave it.
Relate to it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's not in your way of everything that happened to you, they can relate to it in some way. Right, you know, I went through something similar to that. Raw, mumsy, they treat me that way, or pops was acting like this, you know, in the yard, and daddy was about, and they can relate to it. You've laid the blueprint, you know. It's just down to everybody else to take it up and use it.
I get it.
That's all it is, you know. It's down to everybody else. As they said, everything's about choices, you know.
So guys, I've learned the lesson.
They have to use their own mind and their own choice.
That's a statement. 100%.
That was big.
I've learned a lesson from.
Telling you what to do.
That was big.
Otherwise, you're gone.
Can you hear him? Can everyone hear him? Because this is what I'm learning as he's talking, and this is real life. I've never claimed to know it all, and I've just been taught by the people around me, my people, how to be looking at this. Because sometimes you get caught up in your own feelings.
Yeah, we all do.
And I do really care about these youths. But then,
That's what it is. That's your frustration.
Yeah. So
you care so much.
you get lost in your.
You want it to do so much. And just don't worry, your time's
But
there,
just, it's not even about. Sorry, you're right though. But it's not even about. It's because remember, a lot of people don't know. Again, I just want to say before we wrap up. I've turned down the most platforms. You know I have. You know I have, Dave. I've turned down everything. Because they don't get the message right.
Exactly.
So it's not that I'm concerned. Oh yeah, I was
pissed off. No, but
when another time I got offered with them lot as well. I was at your yard.
There was that thing that happened when on whatever it is. So if you need to clap that. And the way they portrayed that is like the woman. It was her story, not yours. And I was pissed off about that. Like you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking. Me and I spoke last night
because the way they made it look like is it was her journey, her forgiveness of you, and rah rah rah. Like.
Nothing about the work I did to change my life.
Nothing about the work or nothing like that.
And that's the way the system plays it. It's got to be.
But that's what raised the awareness in the first place. So how is that brought you on their radar and they're not even talking about it in the whole thing? And she's getting more spotlight than you should have on that thing. That was anyway,
well, that's why I said you're not to be everywhere, innit? It's not every platform. That is why I said that, because what is for you is for you. And to be quite honest, Robyn, you've just created your own platform right here.
Exactly that.
So
that's something I did notice. That's the only thing I did notice. And again, I give glory to God, man. Like this is really bigger than me. I'm just gonna round it up there, man, because this is a journey that I know that I'm so grateful that you guys come down, because nothing's worse than fighting a battle by yourself. I've had times that I've not even had money. I've had people sending me money because I've given them. I don't have nothing because of this journey. I've sacrificed not taking work.
You have to.
I've not sold my soul financially to get in, and that's because, and you know what I'm saying, I believe in what I'm doing. So all in places I could have gone and said I'm an ex-gang member. It doesn't tell the story. If I'm saying I'm an ex-gang member, then there can't be no innocence before the prisoner.
That's part of the workshop. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, I can't criminalize this experience because this is not a criminal story. This is a human story about children who we all know each other who turn into something else.
And they don't need to put emphasis on that.
Yeah,
I am an author. Yes. Like, why are you talking about I'm an ex-gang?
Yeah.
So obviously you're wise to it already, so that's why you ain't done it. But those are the things to watch out for, because people are just gonna It is. But then
it's the way, how are you reaching the people though? That's the thing. And what message are they giving them?
Man like Akala, when they go on there, they have to show him respect because they know they can't play with him because he will twist them up.
These are the bread of the conversation. This episode was very important for me because this is who I am.
But you need to keep this going as well. This can't just be a little...
Yeah, you have to.
This needs to be...
Your platform now.
Next year, talking about episode 50, episode 60 and all them things there. Like, wide your eyes, but you need to be doing...
Wide your eyes?
Like, you see how his eyes just went... Bro, this needs to be an ongoing thing. This can't just be like...
That's what it is.
This can go YouTube everywhere.
Yeah, bro.
That's what... Worldwide, you know.
We'll think about it.
It's nothing to think about.
Nothing to think about.
You're doing it now.
Everyone's on to me live.
One sec.
In a nutshell, you've just opened Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You did it.
Don't just start this and then...
You invited us here, and now you want to take it away.
I might wait an hour and 2 hours for you, and then you're just going to shut...
You're going to get man saying, cuz... When's the next
episode?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
Gonna have man come
I've got an idea anyway, and the idea was simple.
I need that show Robyn fam.
Yeah,
The idea's
talking
simple.
about episode 10, bro. You have to be thinking about episode 50 and 60 and all of that.
The idea's simple. Big up my man. Another guy said my book inspired him. Ashley Hickson, love it. I just found the book here. But the next podcast, if I do one after Prison to the Street, is going to be inviting authors down like Ash.
Oh, yeah, that will be wicked.
Everyone down and having conversations about literature and up-and-coming authors. You want to get their platform. So that will be the next podcast, but we're going through this first. And once this is done, take a couple of weeks off and we come back and do a regular thing. So guys, thank you for coming down today. Thank you, viewers, for everyone tuning in. Yeah, man, it's been a blessing. Just thank you, man. Next chapter, sorry, for next week, mate. E8 versus E8. So I think we're gonna have some Holly Street and hopefully some Phil's boys in there next week.
Yeah.
We have the conversation. Like I said, boys, it's all real stuff, man. We're having a real conversation for the sake of the youths, not for the sake of our own egos. And so anything I've spoken about today, I don't want respect for it because you can't, it says on the front of the book, I'm not even going to look, you can't be real in something that's fake. So no matter how real I thought I was on the street, it's still self-destructive. So there's nothing to be certy about, nothing to be proud about. I'm done. Blessed. See you lot next week.
Nice.
That was so good.